Now there will be sound. We'll trim that off. Anyway, so he sees the girlfriend has a new boyfriend, and he decides he's had it in life. Ever felt that way? Do you lose a big client? And then we'll trim that off. Anyway,
ขอแนะนำยาง Bridgestone ทูลันซ่า ER60 ที่มี AQ โดนัทเนื้อยาง2ชั้นเบรกมั่นใจ2เท่า
Bridgestone.
There you go. Okay, so that ad ran in 2003, and I've covered this before, but I didn't put the ad in because I want to do a little better job on it. And back in about September of 19, I discovered a site that had an archive of commercials because I'm, interested in what's going on in the digital world and the mass media world, and TV commercials are a big deal. So, let's switch this off. We don't need that. Okay. So we've got this story. I had just discovered this site. It's called Adland. And if you want to find a commercial that's aired ever, pretty much, you have a source. It's got 48 years of Super Bowl ads. It's got all the articles that have ever appeared on its site. So there's this archive of history. In fact, and I reached out to Ask, who is the founder and owner and maintainer of the site, and she connected with me, and I invited her to the sound's on. Yes, I know. I invited her to pop up, but I don't know if she will. She did see my note, but it's 10 minutes notice. Anyway, so it's a wonderful site. Anyway, she got a notice back in about September of 19 that her site had to be taken down in 24 hours because of that dog commercial. And an attorney in Denver, Colorado, notified her that was a violation of the DMCA, which is the Digital Millennial Copyright Act or something like that. Digital Millennial, just remember Digital Millennial. And the attorney said that they were representing Bridgestone Tire, and that was not a broadcast commercial. That was now, never mind that it was a broadcast commercial. Not only was it a broadcast commercial, but the agency, BBDO of Thailand, got an award for it. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, mercy. Anyway, so and I remember seeing it in the U.S. And so anyway, she hears nothing back. She contacts the thing and says she doesn't think that it's a violation of the DMCA. And all of a sudden, she gets a letter from her IP, her internet host, right? And it says you have to have this site taken down in 24 hours. Now, this site's been around for 23 years. Okay, Whitetail.com, which I own, is older. I built and Miglash Marketing I built in 1995, so it's older. But she had to take it down in 24 hours, and she's got all kinds of terabytes. Video in the old days was very precious to store, and so she had to move it within 24 hours. Work till 5 in the morning. You couldn't even transfer the files, much less find an internet provider, find an attorney, and all of this stuff. This is an interview with her saying that even films of their kids dancing have been slapped with DMCAs since the 90s. Even people who run business channels on YouTube with millions of fans and viewers have had their work deleted unceremoniously because of nuisance DMCA. I say nuisance because these DMCA are like the ambulance chaser lawyers of the internet. That's even lower than your regular ambulance chaser. So, and Ask has never defended, you really ought to defend the term, because I found 2 articles that I had commented on that used the term Adland. as a metaphor for all of the advertising world. One was about age discrimination in Adland. The other was about the likelihood of anxiety. Anyway, so had to move all of this stuff. I've gotten a DMCA or cease and desist order practically every week since 1998. One was from Universal Studios, arrived on on snail mail, and I had it framed for a moment. So I think this is just our usual nuisance DMCA in combination with an unusually skittish cloud server host. So they contacted the host, and the person says, "No, you have to get it down. We're afraid of this suit." Now, it seems to me you could have turned off you could have turned off you could have, put this site is up for repairs or something. But of course, I can see why you'd want to move it off that host, because they're criminal in siding with the lawyer against a longtime client. But what I want to say most of this is that I want to start with is that if you have hosts, if you're hosting on some big site that you've never heard of, like GoDaddy, I'm not saying GoDaddy would do this, but find out what your recourse is. Now, I host on Pair, which I recommended to Ask. It's in Pittsburgh, and I've been on it since the 90s. And one of the things about Pair is every time that you pick up the phone, somebody's there talking with you, and they are knowledgeable, and they understand that not everybody is a good guy on the internet, but you might be because you've been with them for 20 years. And so what I would encourage every website owner is to find a website host that you can talk with. And I highly recommend Pair, and because their customer support is the best. It's the best of anything in any venue, from any vendor anywhere. It's just always good, 24 hours a day. They take as long as they need. They help me with WordPress, which they shouldn't, because it's my botch up. It's not theirs. They're just hosting, but they know stuff. They keep up on stuff. So I reached out to my internet provider, and they said, no, we would absolutely work with you and contact you and make sure that this is legit. So absolutely crucial. If wherever you're hosting, have a conversation with them. Find out if they will side with some lawyer in another country on the other side of the world who makes up a claim, or they'll take the time to call you, reach out to you, talk to you. That is the minimum that you should be getting for what you pay for on your internet host. Got that? Okay, this can be life and death for you. Imagine Adland has been shut down for almost 6 months. And I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but hopefully I can do an interview with Ask sometime, and maybe we'll do it live, maybe we'll do a video interview and find out some of the ins and outs. But anyway, the bottom line here is that Adland is resurrected. Yay. And I have literally watched Adland every day. Every time I look for news, every business day, I bring up Adland to see if anything's changed. And this morning, for the very first time, kaboom, there it was. I'm so happy that it got back together. She isn't saying too much about the lawsuit, except that she's got a new host, and it's now back in business. The best advertising website of all time. I highly encourage you to visit on a regular basis, and Ask was super nice to respond to me on LinkedIn. So Adland.tv. It's not Adland.com. It's Adland.tv, which is probably new. Okay? I've got more stuff, but that's enough for today. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing.